YouTube, it's Anneke from Tampa, Florida. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. Well, I'm going to mix up a little recipe that I was inspired to use because I was thinking about what are all the uses that we can use for Grand Marnier. I love orange liqueurs and orange flavoring, so I thought in honor of that I'd wear something orange today. So this is a Grand Marnier cocktail a la Anneke. So let's start first with a beautiful cocktail glass. These are all just sort of a crystal. These are the kinds that I like to use. And as you can see, I have a lot of those up in my bar cabinet. I've been kind of collecting them over the years going by. So I'm going to fill this up with some ice. This is really a very simple recipe. 1 to 1 to 1. And tell me what we're in at the end of this, what this reminds you of. We're going to start with 1 ounce of Grand Marnier, which is a delicious cognac with orange. And then we're going to add an ounce. I'm going to put this right back. We're going to keep it in my cabinet. 1 ounce of bourbon. And this is Bullet. You know that I love Bullet. Years and years ago, when we were on our little, what kind of cocktail do we enjoy through life, with my ex, we started out with rye. I think it was because it was cheap. And then we graduated to scotch. And then we graduated to bourbon. And within the bourbon family, we moved around. And then we decided, we had to just have Maker's Mark. You know, that lovely bottle with the orange wax seal. And a lot of people absolutely love it. But for me, can't drink it at all. I don't know why. Just doesn't agree with me. So, but if you love it, by all means put it in here. So that was 1 ounce, 1 ounce, and 1 ounce. We're just going to give this a nice little stir. I had some people complained last week that I was shooting at the ceiling when the ceiling wasn't to be seen. I think it's the same person that usually complains. Bless you all. 99.9% of what I said before have been nothing but sweet, polite, courteous, and very, very kind. And I really appreciate that. Okay. Now, what we could have used in this 1 to 1 to 1 would have been this glass. That would have filled it right to the top. But we'll stay with this. These are from Crate and Barrel, by the way. I have a whole collection of them. There's that. There's that. And there is that. Lovely. That was my Christmas present to myself. Yes, I buy my own presents. And here's the best part. A nice, long, orange peel. I'm going to give it a twist, express that oil over the top, rub it around the rim of the glass, add it to the cocktail, and I will probably, when I have this later, add a slice of fresh orange. So let's see what we think. Wow, that's delicious. So, this calls in mind Negroni. And then the next step, the Bouvardier, which is Campari, bourbon, sweet vermouth. What we substituted here was Grand Marnier for the Campari. So, Grand Marnier, an ounce of Grand Marnier, an ounce of bourbon, and an ounce of sweet vermouth. And that's it. Very, very simple. Love it. So what have I been up to lately since I've been feeling better? I've actually been over to our pool a couple of times. And for those of you that are sun averse, I go in with a 50 to 100 sunscreen and a hat. So in essence, I'm getting next to none, but I have a little bit of suntan, just a little teeny tiny bit, so that when I go to the dermatologist, she doesn't go, "Don't do that." It's just nice to be out on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon with friends, neighbors, new friends, people that come in from all over the country. It's really a good time. And normally I don't ever have a cocktail during the day, but on a Sunday afternoon I'll go in and I'll get my what's called an all-day Diet Coke and add Bacardi Limon to it. It's about this big of a styrofoam cup filled with ice, and then a little shot of Bacardi Limon, and just go hop in the pool and just chat away with all my friends. It's a great way to spend a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon. So I hope you're having a great week, that you've got a great weekend planned. Weather should be getting nice up north. I see the tulips are starting to appear, something we don't see here in Florida unless we buy them at the grocery store. I'll stand back and I'll walk here. Let me just turn the camera a little bit just so you can see what I'm wearing. It's just a very simple orange tank dress. I don't have any stockings on today. This is Florida, it's too warm. Just some nice little sandals with a low heel. And then this absolutely gorgeous organdy sheer top with satin sleeves and rhinestones galore. A little bling goes a long way with a Leo. So I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And just a little reminder, if you see someone today, why don't you share a smile? Remember, it doesn't cost a thing to be kind. The world could use a whole lot more of it these days. I'll see you next week, my friends. Oh, and don't forget, if you have a request for a cocktail or you want to make a comment, let me know. Bye for now. I'll see you next week. Namaste, my friends. Have a wonderful weekend.